You know, the BMW iX3 has always been kind of the quiet achiever in BMW's electric lineup. It's not as flashy as the iX, not as radical as the i4, but it's the one that feels most like a real BMW SUV that just happens to be electric. And for 2025, BMW has given it a pretty serious refresh. One that makes it feel more premium, more capable, and honestly, more exciting than ever. The first thing you notice is the design. BMW has smoothed out the edges, giving the iX3 a more athletic stance. The kidney grille is still here, but slimmer, sharper, and thankfully not oversized. The headlights have been narrowed down to a more aggressive look, and the whole front fascia feels sportier. On the side, the proportions stay very X3-like, but with some sleek aerodynamic touches that remind you this is part of the electric family. And around back, the taillights now have a 3D sculpted effect which looks seriously cool when lit up at night. Overall, it looks like a proper evolution. Still recognizable as an iX3, but sharper and cleaner. Now, under the hood, well, technically under the floor, is where things get really interesting. The 2025 iX3 is moving into hybrid territory. BMW has paired its electric drivetrain with a new hybrid system, giving you the flexibility of both worlds. You still get the instant torque and silent cruising of an EV, but now with the added range, security of a combustion assist when you're on a longer trip. BMW claims the pure electric range is improved compared to the outgoing model, and when the hybrid kicks in, it basically removes any kind of range anxiety. For city driving, it's all electric, whisper quiet. For road trips, or, let's be honest, those spontaneous late-night drives, you've got backup power that keeps things effortless. And this year, BMW seems to be leaning a little more into the adventurous side of things. They've added some off-road features to the iX3. Nothing extreme, you're not taking this rock crawling, but enough that you can confidently head down a dirt trail or a snowy mountain pass without breaking a sweat. The suspension tuning has been updated, there's a slightly higher ride height, and the traction systems have been reworked to make sure power delivery is smooth and controlled when the surface gets tricky. It's like BMW wants the iX3 to be not just your city luxury EV, but also your weekend getaway partner. Step inside, and this is where the 2025 iX3 really feels fresh. BMW has been refining its interiors across the lineup, and the iX3 benefits big time. The first thing you'll notice is the curved dual-screen setup, running the latest version of BMW's iDrive system. The graphics are sharper, the interface feels quicker, and voice commands are smarter than ever. There's also a new steering wheel design which feels chunky and sporty in your hands. Materials have taken a step up too. You've got sustainable leather alternatives, open pore, wood trims, and ambient lighting that just makes the cabin glow at night. It's the kind of interior you sit in and immediately go, yeah, this feels premium. Space-wise, it's still as practical as the X3 it's based on. Rear passengers get plenty of room, and the cargo area is generous enough for a weekend's worth of luggage or even a big grocery run. BMW hasn't compromised that usability, and that's something people really liked about the outgoing iX3. It's an EV that doesn't feel like you're sacrificing your SUV lifestyle. So, let's talk price. BMW hasn't gone wild here, which is a good thing. The new iX3 is expected to start around the mid-$60,000 range in the US, depending on the trim and options you go for. That puts it right in line with competitors like the Mercedes EQB and the Audi Q4 e-tron, but the iX3 feels a touch more refined and, dare I say, more BMW-like in its driving dynamics. If you want a premium SUV with that signature BMW feel but in a future-friendly package, this is shaping up to be one of the best options out there. And compared to the older iX3, the differences are noticeable. The previous one was good, but it sometimes felt like a conversion car, like BMW had taken an X3 and just swapped in an electric motor. This new one feels like it was designed with electrification in mind from the ground up. The hybrid option makes it more flexible. The off-road tweaks give it more personality, and the interior updates push it closer to the flagship iX in terms of tech. It's still the familiar iX3, but it's matured, gotten bolder, and now really feels like it belongs in BMW's future lineup. So, here's the bottom line. If you've been waiting for an EV SUV that doesn't ask you to compromise, the 2025 BMW iX3 is worth keeping on your radar. It blends everyday practicality with a more adventurous spirit, brings in hybrid versatility, and delivers the kind of driving experience BMW fans expect. It may not be the flashiest EV on the market, but it might just be the most well-rounded.